up, yo? It's Marc with the Fantasy Knockout Fantasy Football Show. Today is Tuesday, July 12th. You can follow the show. We're on Twitter at Fantasy Knockout. We're also on Instagram at Fantasy_Knockout. I'm excited for today's show because we're going to be breaking down. We're going to be breaking down the NFC North. We're going to talk projections, team and player expectations. No news right now, so we're going to go right into it. So the Chicago Bears. So last year they were 6-11. This year Vegas has got their win total set at 6.5. So they don't expect them to do much better. I don't either. The quarterback is Justin Fields. The running back's David Montgomery. Their top wide receiver is Darnell Mooney, and their tight end is Cole Kmet. So Justin Fields right now, his ADP is at 14.7. So he's going in the 14th round. Pretty much undrafted. I would use him as a streamable option. I would not even draft this guy this year. His projections I got is like 3,700 yards, 21 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and he's going to run for about 572 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. So decentables. We just got to find the proper matchup to use him this week or in the right week. The only other guy on this team that I would entertain it is going to be the running back David Montgomery. Right now he's going at 401. So in the 4th round, late 3rd, I got him projected for 971 yards, 8 touchdowns, 47 receptions for 360 yards and 2 receiving touchdowns. I would take him as a running back 2, and nothing more than that. I would not want him as my RB1, even if I go receiver, or something like that. I would use him as my running back 2. And then wide receiver Darnell Mooney, he's going in the 11th round at 11.4. I'd take a flyer on him if he's my 4th or 5th receiver. Just like last year, he'll have his boom games. I got him projected for 87 receptions for 1,037 yards and 6 touchdowns. Nothing to be, that's pretty average for a yearly projection. And then the tight end Cole Kmet, he's going in the 15th round, pretty much undrafted. He's a streamable tight end, late round tight end. You could pick if you like his, weekly matchup. Got him for 65 receptions for 634 yards and 4 touchdowns. Again, nothing special. I just don't see the Bears being all that good. Let's move on to the Detroit Lions. So last year they were 3-13-1. This year Vegas has got them projected at 6.5. So very similar to the Bears. Their players, quarterback is Jared Goff, running back DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams, and their 2 receivers, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Ooh, mouthful. Jamison Williams, the rookie there, and then TJ Hawkinson, the tight end. Again, there's not too many guys here other than Swift and Hawkinson I'm going to be looking at fantasy-wise this year. Goff, streamable option. Again, he's going in the 14th round. I wouldn't even draft him. Got him projected for 4,000 yards, 24 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 39 rushing yards, and 0 rushing touchdowns. So streamable option, like I said. The one guy I like is the running back DeAndre Swift. Right now he's going at 2.5, so the mid-second round right now. I got him projected for about 900 rushing yards, 7 rushing touchdowns, 69 receptions, 520 yards receiving with 2 receiving touchdowns. I'd be okay with him as your RB1 if you go get a receiver or Kelsey in the first round. I like Williams this year. I could see him being top 5 running back. I don't see him finishing overall as the number 1 running back for the year. But he is going to be solid. I see the Lions doing better this year as well. Jamal Williams, he's just the handcuff there. He's flex worthy occasionally through the year. I got him projected for 634 yards, 4 rushing touchdowns, 24 receptions for 181 yards, and no receiving touchdowns. You can handcuff him. You don't really need to draft that this year. And then Amon-Ra St. Brown, the rookie last year that just broke out at the end of the season, won several people championships. I got him. He's going in the 8th round at 8.4. I'll take a flyer on him there. I would not draft him any higher than that, maybe 7th round. I got him projected for like 77 rushing yards, 92 receptions for 924 yards and 6 receiving touchdowns, so pretty average. And then Jamison Williams, who's hurt right now. I like him a lot. And not so much this year in redraft, but maybe the end of the season, mid-year, you can pick him up. And then definitely next year, I'll be higher on him than most. Right now, he's going in the 13th round, almost undrafted. Got him for 46 receptions, 681 yards, and 2 receiving touchdowns. Again, nothing fancy because he's not going to be playing. But he'll probably be one of my waiver stashes mid-year. So we'll be hearing his name later on. And then the only other guy from the Lions that I like is TJ Hawkinson, their tight end. Right now, he's being drafted in the 7th round at 7.2. Got him projected for 68 receptions for 715 yards and 5 touchdowns. Pretty average quarterback, one of those mid-round mid-round tight ends that aren't going to win you the week, but you can kind of lock him in and you don't really have to worry about the position too much. So he's got some upside, but Hawkinson's, nothing special. But so let's move on. The Green Bay Packers, last year they were 13-4. Their Vegas has got them at 11.5 win totals. I like that. I pretty much have Green Bay pegged to win the division. I can see Minnesota going and making a run for it as well. So their quarterback is Aaron Rodgers. Their running backs are Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. The wide receivers are Allen Lazard, Christian Watson, the rookie, and Robert Tonyan, the tight end. So Rodgers right now, he's going in the 10th round at 10.4. Got him projected pretty average. 4,100 passing yards, 33 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 146 yards rushing with 2 rushing touchdowns. I'll take him right where he's at. If you're waiting on quarterback this year and you find him and Brady and Stafford all there, he'll do all right. He's just not going to be the Rodgers that we're used to. The running backs, Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon, I like them this year. Aaron Jones, he's going at 2.7, so right around where Swift is being drafted, mid-second round. Got him projected for 932 rushing yards, 5 rushing touchdowns, 61 receptions for 480 yards, and 4 receiving touchdowns. So I like Aaron Jones. I'd take him as an RB1, especially if you go receiver, like I said with Swift. If you go receiver first round, Aaron Jones is not bad. They have a lot of vacated targets there, and when that happens, it usually goes to the running back position. But if you're worried that A.J. Dillon's going to take over, I don't see it. I see them using similar to what we're used to in New Orleans with Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram, how they both, were fantasy relevant for a couple of years. I can see those guys being the same. Aaron Jones is Alvin Kamara light. A.J. Dillon is Mark Ingram heavy. I don't know. He'll have a bigger workload than Mark Ingram ever did. But A.J. Dillon, he's going in the 7th round right now. I love that value. I will take that all day long. If he starts creeping up into the 5th round, that's a little too high for my price. I'd like to see him not go higher than the 5th, maybe 6th round, mid-5th, 6th round. I got him projected for 803 rushing yards with 6 rushing touchdowns with 55 receptions, 516 receiving yards, and 2 receiving touchdowns. Let's talk to the receivers there in Green Bay. We got Allen Lazard and Christian Watson, the rookie. They're both going in the 13th round. Lazard is 13.2. Watson's 13.7. It's just too ambiguous right now in that as the receiving core there. So no one really knows who's going to be the alpha, who's going to emerge. Take your shot. You're not going to be wrong. One guy is going to emerge, and we just got to figure out who. So if you take your shot, I don't blame you. Find out who you like more. And go with them because it's not going to cost you anything more or not. But I could see Allen Lazard's price climbing, his draft stock climbing through the preseason. I wouldn't want to take him in. Maybe the 8th round would be the highest I would want to take one of those guys. So right now you're getting a value. Lazard, I got projected for 69 receptions, 918 yards, 18 touchdowns. And then Watson, I got him for 48 receptions, 751 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So I prefer Lazard over Watson right now. And then Tonyan, he's not even probably going to start the season. He's probably going to be possibly pup. He's still recovering from his injury. Right now he's going in the 14th round. Not even going to worry about drafting him. I got him projected for 48 receptions, 558 yards, and 5 touchdowns. So a streamable tight end through the year. Minnesota Vikings, we got them last year at 8-9. They had several one score losses. I can see them improving this year and challenging Green Bay for the division. Their win total is at 8.5. They did lose their head coach, and they got a different one, and it's going to be a little bit more pass happy is what's going on in minicamp right now. So their quarterback is Kirk Cousins, running back is Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, and KJ Osborne are the receivers, and Irv Smith is the tight end. Cousins I view similar to like Derek Carr, where he'll have his games, he'll be good, he'll be right there at the end of a quarterback one for the year, so I can see him finishing 10, 11, 12, somewhere in that range. I got him projected for 4,267 yards, 32 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and he's going to run for 84 yards and a score. Again, so he's going in the 13th round. If I miss out on all my guys, if I can't get Rodgers or Brady or Stafford as my quarterback, I'll take Cousins, play him week 1, and be okay with it, and then I'll figure it out through the first couple weeks. The running back Dalvin Cook, I like a lot this year. Right now he's going at 1.5, so he's about the last guy of the first tier. You got Taylor and McCaffrey and Eckler and Derrick Henry, and then it seems like Dalvin Cook's slipping. He just didn't have his touchdowns last year. He only had 3 rushing touchdowns, I think, or 6 total touchdowns or something like that. Where in previous years he was double digits. He was 12 and 16 and stuff like that. So I see the touchdown regression coming back, where he'll get those back. I got him projected for 1,241 yards, 9 rushing touchdowns, 46 receptions for 370 yards, and one receiving touchdown. So I like Dalvin Cook. I'll take him mid-round. If all those other running backs are there, I'll take Dalvin Cook. I'll take him over Cooper Kupp and Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase right now in that first round. So I'd be happy I'd be happy to settle with Dalvin Cook as my number 1 running back. Justin Jefferson is the receiver, the main receiver that we want. He's going at 107. So right after Cook in the first round, I got him with 107 receptions for 1,622 yards and 10 touchdowns. He could easily smash that. He could be the number 1 receiver this year now that Adams has switched teams. Adam Thielen's the other receiver there. He's going in the 10th round at 10.7. He's got 72 receptions for 819 yards, 6 touchdowns. And then the surprise guy I like is KJ Osborne. He's going undrafted. 49 receptions for 648 yards, 5 receiving touchdowns. He's a surprise to improve and take a lot of the Thielen production, I think, this year. So we could see Thielen slip a little bit. Thielen's still going to be the red zone guy there, but he's not going to be catching as much during, in the middle and stuff like that. I could see Osborne being more of that. And then Irv Smith, he didn't play at all last year. He got hurt in the beginning of the year. He's going undrafted, 14.5. Got him for 58 receptions for 590 yards, 5 receiving touchdowns. I liked him a lot last year. He was one of my guys that I thought was going to make that ascension, and unfortunately he got hurt. So let's talk the receivers. All over Justin Jefferson. I don't blame you if you want to take him with your first pick. I lock and loaded. I like it. Go for that. Adam Thielen, I'm probably going to pass on. I know he's going in the 10th round. I'm probably not going to touch Adam Thielen this year. Had him last year, it was just hard to play him, and you just didn't know which week he was going to get that touchdown. He's going to be very touchdown dependent. Osborne's the flyer. You can take the flyer with your last pick. I like that. And then Irv Smith, probably not going to draft him. Use him as a streaming option. Well, that's going to wrap it up for today. Well, the next show we're going to go over is the NFC South. I want to say thank you for listening to the show. Make sure to subscribe on whatever platform you're on. Leave a rating and review. That really helps us out. All right. Till next time. See ya.